Hey everyone, welcome to another Will I Buy It. In this video we're going to be talking about all the new makeup releases and I'm going to be telling you if I'm going to pick any of this up. So we have a lot of new things to talk about. Let's get right into the video. So if you haven't been on my channel before, my name is Marley and I love making YouTube videos about makeup and beauty. I love doing reviews, I love trying out new things, but I also like focusing on the things that I already own. So if that sounds good to you, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I usually upload about 2 to 3 videos a week. I always put all the pages, all the Instagram pages I read from for my makeup news in the description box. So if you want to know where I get this news from, you can always check it out over there. So let's see. First up, I quickly wanted to talk about the new Brunet palette by NARS Cosmetics. Last time I showed you like a sneak peek and I told you that I was kind of interested. I didn't hate it, but now we've seen some more swatches, some more photos, I've seen some more videos, and I think it doesn't look as attractive in those photos and videos as I thought it looked in that first shot, because half of the palette just seems so light and that isn't really what attracted me in the first place. So I'm not going to be picking this one up, just wanted to let you know. Then we have the new Supreme Bronze palette by Odyns Couture. This palette is gonna be $42 and they also have a Supreme Glow Head to Toe Perfection Oil and that one is $45 and it's already available. I think this palette looks pretty cute, but it also doesn't really look like perfect enough for me. I think there are some nice colors in here and we have a pretty nice range of colors, but some of these look a bit too warm for me. Maybe it kind of depends. When I see some of these photos it looks pretty warm, and then when I see some of the swatches it looks pretty like neutral. But I don't think this is gonna be worth it for me. I think I'm kind of interested in picking up a new neutral palette, but I don't think it's gonna be this one. And I don't want to pick up too many, so I just want to wait for the perfect one, and I just don't think this is like it. But I do think it's a pretty cute release. I just don't think it's special enough to pay like the shipping and the taxes and everything. So that's gonna be a one I skip. Then we have a new summer collection by Colourpop. It's a collab with Hello Kitty and we have a bunch of quads and we have some blushes and I think we have some lip products as well. A lippy scrub and a glowing lip balm set. I actually think these quads look pretty cute. I quite like the colors in here. I think I would like any of these quads. I like the blue one, the pinky one, the orangey one, the yellow one. I think they all look pretty cute. But I'm not really a fan of Hello Kitty and I don't know if it's gonna be worth it in that case. If anyone is gonna like put up a review, I might watch it. I might give it like a bit of a chance. We have some pretty colors here. I think if I would have them, I would probably like them. Maybe if it were something else, if it wasn't Hello Kitty, I would be more inclined to pick this up. I'm just not entirely sure. This might be something that I pick up somewhere down the road, like months later when people have talked very positively about it. But right now I don't feel like buying this, even though I think it looks really cute. Then we have the Makeup Revolution and Bratz collection, the full reveal. I haven't changed my opinion about this. I still think it looks pretty bad and I don't hate the colors, but I don't need this layout and this type of packaging. I mean, the new ones that they've revealed now, they have such a weird shape. I don't need this in my life. I don't care about Bratz. I don't care about Makeup Revolution, and this doesn't change anything about that. So next up we have a new eyeshadow palette by Buxom and Kholm. This eyeshadow palette is gonna be $39 and it's available now at Ulta. This doesn't really look like an interesting eyeshadow palette to me. I think it looks pretty generic. It's not really anything special. We do have some purples in there, but it's also like a bit of your basic nudes, nothing that I don't already own like 5 times over. And I also don't know if I really have a lot of faith in the Buxom eyeshadow formula. I don't know. I haven't really heard anything positive about this eyeshadow formula. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know about this. This just doesn't really interest me. Then we have some new Kimchi Chic Beauty Cheeky Threesome Blush Trios. Yeah, that's pretty cheeky. And we have 4 different types of blush trios here for different skin tones. looks pretty cute, but none of these really speak to me. None of these have like 3 colors that I would wear, so then I'm not gonna be picking any of this up. But I guess they have some interesting color combos. It doesn't look as basic as some blush trios that I've seen. Also, I like blush trios more than trios that have like a bronzer, a blush and a highlighter. I feel like sometimes you don't want that particular bronzer with that particular highlighter and blush. But if you have a blush trio, you can always mix and match. You can just take one. So I do like that more. Then we have a new Princess collection by Besame Cosmetics and Disney. I don't really understand what this is. We have lipsticks and an enameled compact. This isn't the type of makeup that I really am interested in. Like these collector's pieces that you don't really end up using because it's so beautiful. This isn't really something that catches my eye. Of course it's really beautiful and I can totally get if people are really excited about things like this, but it's not for me. Then we have a new Laneige lip sleeping mask in the taste, or the, how do you call it? In the, I just totally forgot the word for it, but it's the peach iced tea one. I don't like peach iced tea. I don't really like anything that has to do with it, and I also don't like the taste of it, so I'm not gonna be picking anything. So I'm not gonna be picking this one up. It's just not something that I'm interested in, and I'm also still panning the other one that I have. Then we have 2 new eyeshadow palettes by BH Cosmetics from the Travel series. And one is called Passion in Paris, and it has some deep berries, cool tones, matte, shimmery, metallic finishes. It looks a bit like dark. It has some, not entirely grungy tones, but some darker, muddy down tones in there. And then we have Party in Puerto Rico, and that one has some warm tones, but also a mix with some cooler tones in there. I think both these palettes look pretty cute. I quite like the color stories in here. At first I thought maybe I wanted to buy the Paris one, but I think it's just a little bit too dark for me. That it's not like my perfect color story, and that I'd rather buy something else. Then I kind of considered the Puerto Rico one. First I didn't really look at it. Then I was like, maybe there are enough cool tones in here to kind of combine with the warm tones for me, because I'm usually not that into warm tones. And at first I thought it looked a bit like a generic warm tone palette, but we have some interesting shades in here. Still kind of considering that one, but I don't think I'm gonna be picking this one up anytime soon. I'm just gonna wait for some review and see what people say, because I feel like I've bought a lot of makeup, and especially in the last month, I had a lot to review and it's a bit overwhelming. So I kind of want to slow down and don't buy that much. So I'm not gonna be picking this one up now, but maybe I will in the future. It kind of depends on the reviews, the videos, the swatches that I see in those videos. When I was trying to decide, there were no reviews of this one yet. So I'm just gonna wait and see a little bit, but I do think these are really pretty. Then from NYX we have a new Can't Stop Won't Stop mattifying powder. I'm not looking for a powder right now. I'm not really interested in powder. I don't really use powder all that much. I just have one that has a little bit of a tint and one that it's like completely see-through. And sometimes I feel like I can powder a little bit, but that doesn't happen daily. Sometimes that doesn't even happen weekly. I don't really wear foundation that I have to set down, and I also don't really have oily skin. Then we have a new product by e.l.f. They are adding to the Putty family. They are releasing putty bronzers, and when I first saw this I was pretty interested. I think this is a pretty interesting release. I feel like this is a time of cream products. Everybody is using and buying and releasing cream products. It's really all the hype right now. So I think it's pretty interesting that they are releasing these for $6 only. Of course that's gonna be a bit cheaper here in the Netherlands. Maybe it's gonna be €8, something like that. So maybe like $10. But that's still pretty cheap. I'm slightly interested in it, but they do describe it as like a cream to powder, I believe. I don't see it here, but I thought I read that, and that doesn't sound like the most appealing to me. So I'm just gonna watch some reviews and see what people have to say about this. I think there's a pretty interesting color range. We have some cooler tones, some warmer tones, and some darker and light ones. So we have quite a range of colors here, which I quite like. I do think some of these I'd rather used for contouring than really for bronzing. Some of these look more like contours, some more like bronzers. But in general, I'm pretty interested. I'm gonna see what people say about this. Then we have a new eyeshadow palette by Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is the Candy Skies eyeshadow palette. It's $45. We also have 2 glosses, $16 each, $24 for the bundle. So this eyeshadow palette, I believe, is with it's in collaboration with her niece. I think it looks pretty cute, but I feel like it's a bit limited. Even though we have a lot of colors in here, you don't really have a lot of deepening up options. You don't have a lot of lighter shades. It's all pretty mid-tone in the same color range. And of course, that can be totally fine if you are looking for these colors specifically, if you just want pastels. But I have enough pastels, I feel like, right now. And then I don't really want an eyeshadow palette like this that's just gonna give me a pastel look. Then I would want something that has pastels and some other things as well. So I'm gonna be skipping on this. I think it looks pretty cute, but it just doesn't give me what I want right now. Then we have a pretty interesting release by Nabla. Nabla is releasing 2 cutie palettes. They are the cutie palette Midnight that has a lot of blue shades in there and also an antique golden bronze. And then we have the cutie palette Analog, and that kind of is like a neutral palette with some warmer and some cooler tones in there. It's kind of inspired by like analog photography. I think both of these look really pretty, and we also have some Cupid's arrows. Those are like the creamy kind of chunky eye pencils that they have. I think this collection looks really nice, and I was kind of waiting for them to release something again that was like eyeshadow related. It had been a while. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy the blue one. It's launching today that I'm filming this. This is probably gonna go up the day that I'm filming this. So it's launching today if you're seeing this on the day that I put this video up. So I think the blue one looks really pretty, especially that really shimmery shade on like the right bottom. That looks so good. I quite like the look of that neutrally one, but I'm a bit confused on what it will look like in the end, because some swatches look kind of light and it looks a bit more warm, and the transition shades or the matte shades kind of look orangey, but then in the swatches that Nabla released themselves, it looks much more cool and a bit more dark, and I like that more. So I'm not entirely sure if I want to get that neutrally one. I do like the look of it. It just kind of depends on what it looks like in the end, but I don't know if I'm gonna find that out today. But I'm pretty interested in both of these, and I'm gonna be buying that blue one for sure. And I'm gonna be reviewing that one. Hopefully I can get it here pretty soon. Sometimes Nabla releases really soon here in the Netherlands, and I can get it like on the day of release, the day that it releases on the Nabla website. So we're gonna see. So we have a new lip product by Fenty Beauty, the Gloss Bomb Heat. It's a hot cherry shade and it's plumping. I don't care about this. I don't want this. I just don't have any feelings about this. This isn't for me. I don't really like the gloss bomb. I don't really want a hot cherry plumping gloss. I guess it's cute that it's plumping and it's hot, but no, not for me. Then we have some new Kylie Cosmetics lip kits. I guess they're rebranding. Don't care about that. Not gonna be buying that. Then we have some new Bobbi Brown. This is a Love Radiance collection. We have some Luxe eyeshadows for $38.70. That's pretty pricey. And 2 highlighting duos for $48.30. One is called Peach and Love, and it has more of a peach vibe. And one is called Rosy Bouquet, and that has more of a pink vibe. It looks pretty cute, but it's not enough for me to buy such an expensive product. If I buy something expensive, and it does happen once in a while, I sometimes buy something a bit luxury. I do. It has to be really special. It really has to pull me in, and this just isn't enough. It's just not enough. But I do think it looks pretty cute. Then we have a new Divine Skies eyeshadow palette in the shade Venetian Rose by NARS Cosmetics. This is gonna be $40, available June 24th. It looks cute. I think it's quite pretty. I don't mind the packaging that they have. I do hear some people say that they don't like that we have like a pizza in the middle and then the outside is kind of like hexagon. Is that how you call that? Am I saying something weird? Yes, it's a hexagon. Okay, so some people don't really like this packaging. I don't mind it. I get where they're coming from. So I'm slightly interested in this brand and I would like to try something by them sometime, but I'm not really at the point that I want enough and that I want it enough to go out of my way, pay the shipping, pay the taxes, do all of that and then buy it. I think if I would have lived in America, like in the US, I might have tried some things. I've heard some good things, but it's just not pulling me in just yet. It just looks pretty cute. I don't mind it. We have a new Lush Life collection by Colourpop. It's Tropics inspired, and this is a 12 pan eyeshadow palette for $18. We also have some Lux glosses for $8. We have some new cheek dews. They are $7 each, and some Creme gel aligners for $7 each. Releasing June 24th. So this is all Tropics inspired. It looks pretty cute. I quite like how colorful this eyeshadow palette is. The cheek dews, I'm not interested in new cheek dews because I don't even know what shades they have, and I feel like the shades will not look that different on the cheeks because they are so sheer, so I'm not really interested in that. I also don't hear the best things about the Luxe lip glosses. Yeah, I think that eyeshadow palette is pretty cute, but I don't think it's enough to really make me buy it. I don't mind it. I like that Colourpop is doing some more colorful releases with the Hello Kitty palettes and this one. I think the new releases are pretty cute, but just not something I'm gonna buy. Usually when I buy a lot of other things, like from a lot of different brands, I'm not really gonna be picking up anything by Colourpop. Then I always just wait a little bit. I also just know that I'm not gonna be the first to have a video up on this. I'm gonna be like the last one to have this up, so I'm not really gonna try to be first with reviews. So that also changes my view on it. So we have a new collaboration with Dose of Colors and Donald Duck and Daisy Duck. We have an eyeshadow palette and we have a velvet mousse lipstick and also a Stay Glossy lip gloss. I guess this looks pretty cute, but also I don't really get excited anymore about Disney collabs. I feel like I've seen too many of them and I just can't really be surprised anymore. Of course, it's nice that it's a different brand one time, like it isn't the brands that we always see collaborating with Disney. Although they have done some Disney collabs before, I believe, with like Mickey Mouse. So it looks pretty cute, but I don't really care about this. I don't really feel like buying this. The eyeshadow palette, like the color combination, it looks pretty generic. It makes me think of things I've already seen. And I also don't really need that gloss or that lip mousse. It's not something I'm gonna be picking up. Then we have the new lips, the Lip Lacquer Pot collection by KKW Beauty. Don't care, don't need this, don't want it. Then we have a new face and cheek palette by Bobbi Brown. There are 3 different colorways here, a more cool toned one, a warm toned one and a deeper one. I actually think this looks pretty cute. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, especially that cool toned one quite interests me. And I do like the packaging. I do like how this looks, but I don't know if that is gonna be enough. Maybe if I can see this in real life, but it's $48 each. And then we have like a bronzer and a glowy bronzer product and a matte blush. I don't know. I have never tried anything Bobbi Brown actually. I've thought about it, but never actually bought it. I think this is pretty cute, but I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be buying this one in the end, but I might consider it for a little bit, just thinking and watching some reviews, and I don't know, should I? In the end, when I see face palettes like this, I always like break it down into parts, and then I'm like, I don't need another bronzer, I don't need another matte blush. So why am I buying this? So probably that's gonna be the conclusion, that I'm not gonna buy it. Probably. So one thing I forgot to talk about last time is the Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. So this is a new eyeshadow palette by Nomad Cosmetics. And I think the theme and the color story is pretty cute. I think this looks pretty nice. I quite like it. But I don't know if it's like my perfect color story. There are some colors in here that I wouldn't really use. Maybe one day I will try Nomad Cosmetics. I'm pretty interested to try them. I would like to... I do see some pretty looks. I would like to try them, but I'm not convinced enough just yet. If I try a new brand, I really have to be convinced. Maybe I should watch some reviews of this. Maybe I should watch some videos. There are some pretty colors in here, but it's also a bit like warm and grungy, and that's not really my thing. It's already available. It's $39. It's just that it's gonna be so expensive if I pay for the shipping and the taxes and everything, and it's gonna be so much extra expensive, and then I just want to be really excited about something. So I'm not sure yet. I don't think I'm gonna be buying this one in the end, but it kind of is a possibility. It's something I'm gonna think about. We have a new Fruity Kitten palette by Winky Lux. I guess it's kind of cute, but it's also kind of like your generic colorful palette. Nothing really interesting to me. Then we have some new Anastasia Beverly Hills stick highlighters. I'm not really looking for a stick highlighter, and these colors look pretty generic, but I guess it's good that they're releasing some things again. I don't think this is the most exciting release ever, but I also don't hate it. I think I have like 2 cream liquid highlighters now, and I feel like that's enough. And maybe if like a really interesting brand like releases some really interesting colors, I might be interested to buy something else, like another cream highlight, but this is not gonna be it. So the last thing I wanted to talk about for today is a new Saga of Freya collection by Odyns Eye. So they released in the weekend, I believe that it was like Saturday, I believe it was like Saturday or Sunday that they released this. So they have a few different palettes in this collection. There's an 18 colors Saga of Freya eyeshadow palette for €34.90. Then we have a 9 colors Amber Tears eyeshadow palette for $22.90, and also a Cat's Breath eyeshadow palette for $22.90 that also has 9 colors. Then we also have a bow hairpin, a Velvet Cosmetics bag that you can get for free if you buy like the whole collection. Then we also have 6 eyeshadow brushes and a container for $28.90. Then we also have a brush cleaning box for $6.90, and they also have a replacement for that box for $2.90. So as you might know, I'm pretty interested in this brand. I quite recently tried Odyns Eye and loved their products. So when this was first revealed, I was really interested to see. And when I saw that there were 3 eyeshadow palettes, I was like, what should I do? Should I buy them all? Should I buy 2? Should I buy 1? What do I want to do here? Because buying a full collection is quite a lot of money, and usually I don't really do that. Usually I do just pick the things that I really want. It's just a lot. I can't really go around buying all the full collections at this point. So I saw some different reviews. There are a lot of reviews up already, so if you want to know about this collection, there are already so many videos. So we have the more like pastely light one, and at first I did want to buy this, but then I saw a review of someone saying that it wasn't that pigmented, and I also kind of felt like I had these shades, so I decided to not get that one. Then also the Cat's Breath palette. I feel like a lot of people said that this was their favorite. They were the most excited about this one, and I was kind of thinking about buying that one, but it's not like my perfect color story. I don't really like orange. I don't really like really harsh orange, and I also don't really like the combination of orange and green. It's not really what I would go for. So if I would buy this, I wouldn't really use it to its fullest potential. So what I ended up doing was only buying the bigger palette. I just really like the more rosy, berry, pinky side. And then on the other side we have some cool tone neutral. We also have an orange, but at least then I don't have two orange shades that I'm not gonna use. And we also have a green, but I feel like in this palette those are more like pops and not like the full color story, if that makes sense. I just wanted something, and I think that the biggest eyeshadow palette, the Saga Freya eyeshadow palette, would be something I would use the most, would be the most excited about. I just didn't want to buy everything, so that's what I did, and it's coming to me, and I'm gonna be reviewing this one when it gets to me, but probably that's gonna take a few weeks, so keep an eye out for that video. Then there were two more things I wanted to talk about. First up, these Dior Forever Couture Luminizer Intense highlighting powders. They are, it says here that they are going to be £40 each, so probably something like 45 euros or 50 euros, something like that. So I don't know for sure what they're going to be in the end, but we have 6 shades here from light to dark, and I'm pretty interested in trying some more Dior, but I did also buy 2 of the limited edition highlighters, so I'm kind of eyeing this, and I think I'm gonna wait to see this in store and to see if there's a shade here that would be special enough for me, and see if I can swatch it. But I just wanted to share this with you because I haven't really seen this on a lot of makeup news pages, but I did think that these looked really pretty. They also have a really like luxurious packaging, which makes it a bit more interesting as well. I just think these are some pretty nice looking highlighters. Then there's also a first look at the new NARS Cosmetics Fall 2021 collection. And when I saw this eyeshadow palette, I actually was like, that looks pretty nice. It looks a bit grungy, but it also looks a bit neutral. It's kind of like a mix of shades. And I think it looks pretty cool. It gives me the fall vibes. Even though I'm not ready for fall at all, I did think this looks pretty interesting. I think it's a bit different for NARS. It's a bit of a different color story. It's not the warm neutrals that we always see. And I do hear some good things about their eyeshadows. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye on this. I think in the fall time I would maybe be interested in buying something like this, because it's just so fall appropriate. It just has the shades. It's a little bit like murky and moody. I did think this was pretty interesting. So that was everything for all the new makeup releases. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these releases. Is there anything you're gonna be picking up? Did you agree with the things I said, or maybe do you have another opinion? I always love hearing from you. So that was everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye!